In this episode, we will be discussing Delaware Landlord Tenant laws. The following is a summary of landlord-tenant laws in the state of Delaware as they apply to residential rental property. Topics include disclosures, withholding rent, the right to enter, security deposits, eviction and termination, increasing rent, and more. Required disclosures: owner or agent information. On each written rental agreement, the landlord must prominently disclose the names and addresses of all persons who are owners of the rental property or the names and addresses of their appointed resident agents. Summary of Landlord-Tenant Code. A summary of the Landlord-Tenant Code as prepared by the Consumer Protection Unit of the Attorney General's Office or its successor agency must be given to new tenants at the beginning of the rental term. If the landlord fails to provide the summary, tenants may plead ignorance of the law as a defense. Security deposit limit. A landlord may charge 1 month's rent on leases for 1 year or more. Furnished units have no limit. For month-to-month rental agreements, there is no limit for security deposits either. Separate pet deposits are permitted if refundable and don't exceed 1 month's rent. It's important to note, landlords must disclose orally or in writing where the security deposit is being kept. Deadline for returning a security deposit. A landlord must return the security deposit along with an itemized statement of deductions within 20 days after the tenant has moved out. Late fees. A landlord who wants to charge a late fee after 5 days must maintain an office in the county where the rental property is located and where the tenant can pay rent. If a landlord does not have a local office for this purpose, the tenant has 3 extra days, for a total of 8 days, to pay rent before a late fee can be assessed. The late fee cannot exceed 5% of the monthly rent amount. Increasing rent. Landlords must give tenants at least 60 days notice in writing to increase rent or change another term of a month-to-month rental agreement. The tenant then has 15 days to terminate the tenancy or accept the changes by default. Longer-term lease agreements must specify a rent increase or one cannot be charged. Withholding rent. Tenants may only withhold rent or exercise the right to repair and deduct if a landlord, after being notified, fails to fix problems that affect the health, safety, or habitability of the rental unit. Terminating tenancy and eviction. An immediate unconditional quit notice may be used for a violation of law or breach of the rental agreement that causes or threatens to cause irreparable harm to the landlord's property or to other tenants. A 7-day unconditional quit notice to vacate or face eviction may be given for a violation of a lease provision that also constitutes a violation of municipal, county, or state laws, or if the same violation of a material lease provision is repeated within 12 months. A 7-day conditional notice to cure or quit may be used for all other lease violations. The right to enter. A landlord must provide the tenant a 2-day notice of entry before being permitted inside the unit. For more information, additional laws and articles can be found at AmericanLandlord.com.